Guess who I'm doing right now?
You're staring at this.
I'm doing Cindy Brady when she had stage fright. In the episode, Cindy gets on TV. 1973. That was one of my favorite episodes. Yeah, sure.
How did I not get that by looking at you?
You want me to do it again?
Please.
I could do this for the whole 60 minutes. That's the prep I did for this show.
Yeah, let them see you. I don't.
They can see me. I'm looking right into the camera. That's Cindy. That's again season 1, episode 4. Cindy gets on TV. She gets selected, you see, to be on from school because she's smart. So they pick a few kids to do this. One of those. They used to have those challenges where one school played another school, which now they don't do that anymore. They just have the two schools fist fight, which is a lot better, more interactive. Anyway, welcome. That's to the Steve Squared Show. I'm your host, Funny Man Stevie K. To my left, that is not a mirage. Steve did not have any kind of facial change or some kind of go into one of those, what do they call those? The police when they put you in hiding? Police protection program? Witness protection. Witness. Steve is not a... WITSAC. No, that you know him. That's Jeff. Jeff is in the studio with us tonight. Thanks for jumping in, Jeff.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
And of course, to the right, the main man, Tony. What's going on, Tonester?
Yo, what up?
There it is. Steve is missing right now. Steve, I'm worried. I'm a little concerned.
Where is Steve?
Well, he had this jury duty thing he had to go to today, and the last I talked to him, he was being wadeered. He was being, which is a word I've only know. I'm not a legal analyst, nor am I a legal beagle. I get most of my knowledge from TV, as most of us do. Not from school, not from books, but from constant watching, a lifetime of watching television or movies.
I know Wadir from My Cousin Vinny.
That's what I was just going to say. You take my line one more time, and I'll grab anybody in the parking lot to sit in your chair. I don't care. I saw an 11th grader smoking weed out there. I'll put him right on. Right in the dirty parking lot of whatever this is over there, that school there. Hey, who's got the lovely, I see a beautiful button-down blue shirt with a tie?
Ooh, pretty.
Oh, yeah, that's mine. Steve is with you, by the way.
Oh, there he is.
Steven.
And that's so apropos. Now, that's Steve. He might look a little different. That's Steve from a month ago. That's before he aged. This last month, boy, did he put on aging.
Wow.
But no, that was Steve. I don't know what year that was, actually.
Looks like 1972.
You might not be wrong. Steve appeared on a game show that lasted 2.5 episodes before it was taken off the air for some kind of bankruptcy and embezzlement fraud. But it was shot in California when Steve lived out there. And of course, Steve always finds his way in these things. Steve's like, where's Waldo? He's always like in some kind of thing. And he had won some money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I believe he's still paying tax on.
Wow.
Yeah, see, so I think that's why Steve's actually in court today. But I'm hoping not. I'm hoping all legal things work out for Steve. But he said he's being questioned for federal jury, grand jury.
Oh, grand jury.
Yeah, this is no joke. This is not like, $10, he stole my purse, he hit my car.
It's a real thing.
We're talking major.
Yeah.
So I joke with Steve. I said, "Don't be Felix in the episode where Felix is the jury foreman and the Odd Couple, and he's the one held out. Yeah. I think he's innocent. We're not sending an innocent man to jail.
Just vote with the majority.
Just go with the majority so we can get home. I got a hardware business to run. Screw your hardware business." But Steve said if selected, it's a month straight, 5 days a week.
Oh, God!
What do you think about that?
I think that's awful.
And is he going to be sequestered, or can he go home?
No, he's allowed to eat meat. No? I don't know.
Oh, my God.
I didn't watch that episode of My Cousin Vinny. Was that on there, too?
No.
No, I believe he...
sequestered.
Yeah, no,
Please.
I believe he's allowed to go home.
He's allowed to go home.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's not. He's not on a Gotti murder trial here. And don't worry, I got Gotti stuff. That's why I bring that up, because I got... everything I do, Jeff, has a purpose.
Absolutely.
Now, how were you? How was your weekend? How's it going? I see you're donning a lovely NY embroidered
Absolutely.
Yankee jersey.
I am in all Yankee garb today.
Very. You had to? No, just a jersey.
Just jersey.
So what's happening? How's your weekend been?
It was all right. Spent some time at Jones Beach. That was about it.
Oh, were you part of
Relaxed a
Senior
little
Cut
bit.
Day where they
I
helicoptered
was
everybody
not.
out of there? You
I
look a
got-
little old for Senior Cut Days, Jeff.
I was there after the aftermath.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were there that day?
No, afterwards.
Oh,
the
bless
day,
you.
The day
Right.
after I got there, after everything was all cleaned up, but I saw the mess.
Crazy. Now, I don't mean to interrupt that story. Hold that story, if you will.
Sure.
But I had another good story because Jeff reminded me when he sneezed. Not Jeff, Tony.
Hi.
You're Tony, you're Jeff. And I'm the joker in the middle.
Yes.
So, you sneezed. I said, God bless you. I sneezed the other day. Twice.
Wow.
Well, let me get to the punchline.
That's a story.
It's almost there. This is the build-up. So I sneeze, and I'm at my house. My mom goes, "Thank you," and then I'm like, "What?" And then I sneeze again. She goes, "Thank you." I go, "You don't say God bless you?" She goes, "I did." I go, "No, you said thank you." That's the story. That's the end.
Well, there you have it, folks. Show's over. And on that note,
You gotta say you're so good looking.
You're so good looking. Yeah, my cousin Vinny, that's when they watch. I think you'll be quite satisfied. Her expertise is in general automotive knowledge. I'm an out-of-work hairdresser. So in what way does that make you? It doesn't. Goodbye. Sit down, Miss Colavito. It's a great movie. No, speaking of Ralph Macchio.
oh, can we not do this?
Again, Jeff, we cannot start this show because I've been on this Karate Kid
Can we let
binge.
go of the Karate Kid?
I will
already?
never let go of Mr. Miyagi and
Please?
Sensei, and I'll tell you how much Jeff, Tony, in the last show,
Yeah.
as we last left you, I did a homage by bringing in chopsticks, trying to catch bugs in our last episode. You know, when Mr. Miyagi's doing the chopstick
Yes.
thing. So what I'm going to do now, I was trying to catch cicadas because they're in season now. They're delicious, by the way, with a
Cicadas.
light butter sauce. They're in season. But here's what I'm going to do for today's Karate Kid homage.
Uh-oh. I'm afraid.
You should be. Let me not start
What
the
are you
episode,
doing?
which I did already. I like my mic to be mouth level.
Oh, my God.
Don't even say it. Here we go.
It's a family show. I can't say it.
Yeah, keep it clean, huh? Hold on. What do you think?
I thought it was Mr. Miyagi next to me for a second.
Why?
Hey! Hold on. Is that good? Yeah, that'll work.
The snake is off to the side.
Which, this way?
You got to pull it that way.
Pull that.
A little bit more. Okay, you're good.
He said my snake was off to the side.
I've heard that about you.
He's not the first that have said that.
Glad you're able to find it.
Thank you. Anyway, it's a family show.
Yes.
I'll just watch, for God's sake. Clean it up, Jeff. Anyway,
Sorry.
it's a cobra, by the way. Your cobra's off to the side.
Cobra, snake, what's the difference?
Oh, the show is called Cobra Kai. Anyway, what do you think? Hold on.
Very good form.
Thank you. I
Good.
can do the kick, but I don't want to hurt anybody here. Plus, I think my hamstring, I just pulled it
Do you practice this every day?
every day.
Very good.
I was doing it just for this show.
Do you do it in front of a stand-up mirror and the whole thing?
Sure,
So
I
you
do the
can
whole.
watch
I do the whole movie. I run the whole
You
movie.
recite the whole thing?
I do the whole movie in my bedroom. So yeah, now we can start the show because every week I'm going to do because you know the new movie came out, Karate Kid Legends. This is the prequel. Now let me show you how this fits. I know you know your whole Marvel universe and DC, and you know all of the. You're a Harry Potter guy, and with the Dumbledores and the Engelbert Humperdinks and all of that stuff. I understand. I get it. That's not my scene. I'm Karate
That's-
Kid, so
well,
I know
that's
that
real
universe.
cinema.
This last movie is the prequel to. This is before Ralph Macchio was born. This was when his cousin. This was a cousin prequel to when he first went to Reseda. You see, that's how it fits into the universe.
So Ralph Macchio's playing his cousin
He's
in
playing
this?
his own cousin in this movie. No, this is just a cash cow. It's just a movie they made to cash. They go to the ATM. Let's face it. Anyway, so they have this Karate Kid Legends movie, which whatever. No, I don't know where it fits in the whole sequence of things.
It doesn't fit in anywhere.
It doesn't. It was just something they did at the. I love how they thought of it at the last minute, but then they try to put it in and sandwich it in and go, well, it
Yeah.
fits in the. Come on. Stop yourself. So senior cut day, they had this craziness at Jones Beach.
Disaster.
Disaster.
Utter disaster.
So they had. Did you hear about this, Tony?
I did.
So they had. Now, what? I guess people. Is that what? Did you have a senior cut day?
I did.
Did you go to? You go to a beach? Is that the thing? It wasn't even nice out.
I went to Robert Moses for my cut day.
Now it wasn't even nice out. Was it really this past what they called senior cut
It
day?
looked kind of overcast to
Yeah,
me.
and it was chill. It wasn't hot, or it wasn't like an 80-degree, beautiful sunny
No, it
day that you'd
wasn't.
want to go to the beach. But where else are they going to gather in mass? Adventureland, Disney.
500 students on Jones Beach.
So I didn't understand
What could go wrong?
everything. I didn't understand when the helicopter was over what it was doing. I missed that whole thing, but somebody explained it to me because, as you know, I'm a simpleton.
Yes. You don't know these
Which was also in one of the characters in Harry Potter. Right?
No, it wasn't.
There was no simpleton?
Simpleton?
No. So the helicopter is blowing the sand to get the kids away.
Yes, that's why I was flying so low.
Oh, I didn't understand that.
Yeah. They flew 50 feet above the beach.
Wow, so that's
to disperse the
dangerously
crowd.
low, right?
It broke out in fights.
What do you mean?
The kids were fighting on the beach.
Oh,
That's why the cops were there. They broke out in a fight.
Wow. Beach brawl.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Beach brawl.
Over 300 arrests, I think they said, right?
Is that right?
Yeah. They
Wow.
arrested a lot of people that day.
Oh my God.
Stupidity.
It's crazy.
In my day, we went on Scenic Cut Day. We sat on the beach. That was it. No problem.
Oh, it's a little breezy in here. So you got like a wind tunnel coming in here. Now, look at this. Let me put this on the phone. So wait, so Tone, whose beautiful, gorgeous shirt is that?
Oh, that's mine.
Oh, it is yours. You did say that.
Yeah, we established that already.
I'm on delay. You know how some shows are on a little tape delay? I'm actually on. I'm a human tape delay. I'm actually. You know what was really annoying me, Tony? You might appreciate this.
Okay.
I don't like when the baseball games are on Amazon Prime.
I hate it.
And I let me see if you hate it for the same reason.
I bet it is.
It's the delay is weird, right? Or when the pitch comes, you hear it hit the bat, and the pitch hasn't left the pitcher's hand yet, or it's off. Do you find that?
I do find that.
It's maybe a signaling thing. Why is it the signal feed that you're getting?
I
Prime?
honestly don't know. What I hate when they talk to the managers during the
in-game,
game, and I hate
stupid.
when they talk to these guys while they're on the field.
That's
It's
irritating.
ridiculous.
I mean,
We
it
just
happened
talked
at
about
the
last
Yankee
night.
game last night. Right.
And then the play came to Jarris,
Just-
and
and
he wasn't ready. And I'm telling you, it's
Right.
not an all-star
Hate it.
game. It's not a joke.
Exactly.
And they feel, well, it's downtime because it's baseball. It's not. But they want to push so much the marketing aspect. People like baseball or they don't.
Exactly.
You don't have
nothing to the game.
You don't have to
Right.
talk to a player while he's got a 90-mile-an-hour rocket coming towards him and get his opinion on it. Like it's just so nonsense.
Yep.
I'm sure the managers hate it.
Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, they have no
Yep.
say, but it's because it comes
Right.
from MLB. This is the deal.
Yeah, they're being forced to do
nonsense.
it.
Of course. And you see it in basketball all the time. Basketball's worse because you know those coaches, especially in the playoffs, and they want any time that they can just curse out their players,
Oh,
and they have to
absolutely.
stand and talk to some 5-foot hot blonde that's got a mic in their face. So you're down by 39. What do you think you're gonna do? It's
Ridiculous.
Veins popping out of his
Yep.
head. Right? He's about to be fired if he loses this game, and he's got to talk to this
Yep.
girl that's got a mic shoved in his face with boobs standing out like out of the place.
Even hockey does it to an extent.
They're starting to dabble. I see
they
that.
have mics on the players as they're playing. Like, why? I don't care what they're saying to each other on the friggin' ice.
I'd like them to put a mic on the puck. see the vantage how the puck looks.
That's next,
Right?
They've,
You see-
they've already had like a.
Well, they have like
a-
the cam from the goalie, right? Or they have cameras on the goal.
They have cameras in the net,
Right.
on top of it.
It's crazy.
It's just.
I know.
just-
They're
just
trying to make it so people have all these different looks and drones all over the
Put the
field.
friggin' puck in the net and leave me alone. All this other nonsense, please.
Right.
You know.
Give me a break.
Oh,
It's stupid.
anyway, wait. Let me put my
I'll put your headphones back on.
cans. I can hear it.
Maybe you hear what we're saying.
I can hear. I'm not deaf. These don't make you able to hear.
You're the host of the show, Steve. Get with it.
I will. Let me check my phone, see if I got to keep an eye in case Steve tries to contact me. All right. Anyway, speaking of, so I thought we'd start off with a couple of court things since we were talking about Steve and Jerry duty, it seems that one of the witnesses from the P. Diddy Combs trial, which Steve will probably end up on, was dangled from a 17th floor balcony. She said he dangled me from a 17th floor balcony screaming obscenities at me. These crazy record moguls. Now, I saw this, and why I pulled it out is, what movie is that from? Do you guys remember what movie a record producer dangles somebody outside their balcony window?
What's love got to do with it?
Was it?
No. The Tina Turner movie?
Not
No?
the Tina Turner movie. But you're on the right, maybe the right.
A record producer holds.
It was I'll tell you, never get it. The Five Heartbeats with Robert Townsend.
What the hell is that?
Remember that?
I do remember that.
Yeah, so
I was thinking True Stories.
Yeah, so the guy throws him out of the window, and he goes,
never
"My
heard of
office hours are 9 to 5," because the guy's like trying to ask him for royalties and stuff. You never saw the Five
I've
Heartbeats?
never heard of it.
Oh, I have to tell Tony this. I'm sorry, Jeff. Jeff has never seen The Godfather.
No kidding.
I have not.
And what was the other movie? Another big movie you never saw?
I've never seen The Sound of Music.
Nah, that's not big.
Doesn't count.
No,
I've
okay.
never seen Casablanca.
Casablanca.
I've never seen Lawrence of Arabia.
Nah, that's not. Don't worry about that.
Supposedly Lawrence of Arabia is like the one movie that all the cinematographers pull their ideas from.
Really?
It's like the mecca of movies for cinematography. From what I hear.
Yeah, you're not missing anything.
What else have I?
Just
not
a lot of
seen?
sand.
I've
It
never
almost looks
seen-
like Senior Cut Day.
I've never seen The French Connection. Chinatown.
Chinatown. Yeah, those are. I think The Godfather's the big one.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm most shocked. The other ones, they're a little more.
I've never had the urge.
But you're such a.
to watch
But
it.
but why I'm more blown away is not just general knowledge. Is that Jeff is an editor. He's a film editor.
Oh.
You know, so he's definitely someone embossed in the world of CinemaScope.
I think I just got so tired of mob movies, I just didn't care anymore.
Okay, but it was like 1970.
I mean,
it didn't
but-
just come out. I understand.
If I want to see a mob movie, I'll watch Goodfellas.
You've seen that 9 times, 12, 20 times.
Yeah, that's all I need.
Now, besides that, I still have one other court thing. So it seems the Gottis, there's where I tie in the Gottis.
Oh, the Gottis.
Yeah, Gotti's grandsons. That they just keep going down, the generational to generational. They can't cut the tie from ending up in court with handcuffs.
Should we be talking about this?
Oh, sure.
You sure?
I'm very good friends with the Gottis.
I'm not going to walk outside and get whacked later.
You might, but they enjoy me. I'm whack proof, as Mr. Miyagi would say. I'm whack proof because I have my headband on.
Whack on, whack off.
I'm whack on, whack off. That's why my cobra's off to the left. It all ties in, Jeff.
Okay, let's hear it.
So it says here, 2 grandsons of the late Gambino crime family host. Host, they call him the Godfather, not the host.
The host.
We're in misdemeanor. This is nothing big. They punched their brother-in-law. Yep, they punched their brother-in-law in the face outside of his home and kicked him outside his Howard Beach home because he, I guess, was involved in some criminal activity and they didn't want him to bring that criminal element into their crime-ridden family already. So
we have enough crime.
We'll take care of it. We don't need you infiltrating it. So they pummeled him to near unrecognition. And apparently they're pleading innocent, not guilty. I would love Steve to be on that trial and then to try to whack Steve. That's exactly what's going to happen to Steve. He's going to get selected for this trial.
God.
So, but of course, the judge released them on their own recognizance. Why don't we release you?
Sure.
The judge wants to get home to see his family and grandchildren that day.
Oh my God.
So, but this happened. John Guy, 31, Frankie. Now, this is on the heels of the women of the family, not to be undone, who were at high school gym, and the daughter and the mother attacked another fan in the crowd. They were at their daughter's high school basketball game or junior high or something, and there was some slurs, screaming, some fisticuffs emerged, but they were also found innocent. They're always found innocent.
Of course.
But I had a great idea for a show. You know, I always have dumbbells, and I'm the idea guy. I'm the pitch guy.
Yep.
So my idea, they have Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I say Keeping Up with the Gottis. We do it here. I give you updates on their criminal prosecutions, their arraignments, things that people really want to know.
Okay.
All right, you don't care.
We can do that. Why not?
Lawrence of Arabia? No.
No.
Who was in that? Charlton Heston?
No, that was Ten Commandments. And Ben-Hur, I guess. It was
Ben-Hur. That's what I'm
that was
thinking of.
Ben-Hur.
It was another. That was Charlton Heston. He had he was somewhere. He was in the desert.
yeah.
Well, a couple of movies,
they
right?
were-
Moses, Ten Commandments. He
Yeah.
spent a lot of time in the
They
desert.
were all in the desert.
He was always in the desert and always shirtless. Planet of the Apes. Charlton Heston had a run where he had about 5 movies without a shirt. He had the lowest costume budget for about 5 years span, where they just put a loincloth on him. Fantastic. We have no costume budget for Charlton Heston. Put him in a loincloth.
That's it.
Now, you've seen Planet of the Apes, I'm guessing.
I have. The original Planet of the Apes.
Yes, of course.
Not the garbage they put out now.
Not the new nonsense.
That's a bunch of...
Yeah, it's all confusing. I don't
It's
know where they
nonsense.
are in the...
Yeah, who cares?
I don't care. Here's another big story. It seems that bird waste has ruffled feathers. There's a lot of pigeon droppings in Hempstead, and they're blaming it on citizens. It says North Hempstead residents have complained of hundreds of pigeons gathering in Hempstead, where people have been dropping, and they have food droppings or bird droppings because people are feeding them. So it says here the town is proposing a change to the code, making it a violation for residents to feed said pigeons. Now, I read this as they were going to, so it says the town code already restricts, so you will be fined if you're found feeding pigeons now.
So now you can't feed the birds anymore.
You can't feed the birds.
What am I going to do when I'm 80 years old?
I don't know.
I'm
Well,
screwed.
hopefully the law will change. But I thought that they should fine the birds. That's the ones you should fine. They're the ones going to the bathroom.
Find the birds.
They're the ones that you should impose these violations on.
It's all Bert's fault.
It's all the birds' fault.
Bert.
Bert.
He was always feeding the pigeons.
Bert from Bert and Ernie?
Yeah.
Is that right?
You don't remember that?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
Was he always feeding the
Yeah,
pigeons?
he used to sing to them and stuff.
Really? Don't look for an episode of that. We'll be thrown off the air.
Yeah, true.
I don't really remember
But that's
having Bert
that.
feeding pigeons.
Yeah, I don't
Really?
remember that. I only remember him and Bert and Ernie sharing a bedroom together. That's all I remember. I don't know why I have those
Well,
horrible
that's-
memories of that.
That's in your dreams.
Are you sure? Because I remember them having they had an apartment together.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I never remember them being outside the apartment ever.
I do, but I don't know if Bert... Oh, we're going to get hammered.
Yeah.
Get this.
I don't know if... Can you... I hope the viewer can hear this. I'm not sure. See?
Besides oatmeal, I'm the same way. That's fantastic. Let's just run this for the rest of the show. I wonder if they can... Do you think people can see that?
They can't see it, but I think they can hear it.
Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, you're trying to
See? He's feeding the birds. He's going to get in
Did not
trouble.
know this.
Oh, no, they actually can't hear it.
Oh, okay. Same as it.
So it's Bert talking about his pigeons, his love of pigeons. Okay.
And that's supposed to be Bert feeding the pigeons.
Well, yeah. Bert had a love of pigeons,
Okay.
apparently. Yeah, so this was the...
So find the birds for doing their thing out in the wild, which they've been doing for 100,000 million years. Okay. Let's get on that.
Let's see what I want to do here. Let's see what I want to do. I'm choosing very carefully what I want to do here. Talk among yourselves. Speaking... Oh, here's, again, keeping with the court, Haley Joe Osment. You might remember him.
Oh, what has he done now?
He's now committed to 6 months of court-mandated therapy. He was arrested earlier for public drunkenness and cocaine possession.
He's still seeing dead people.
He sees that's what happens. He blamed it. They said, how do you plead? He goes, I see ghosts. And they said, we're not going to use that line from your 6-year-old movie. You're going in. And he said, no, but I see ghosts. Seriously. That's why I have cocaine possession. I thought that I wouldn't be. No wonder why he sees ghosts. He probably was doing that back then too.
Sure, he's taking hallucinogenics.
Hallucinogenics. Yeah. So he's 37 years old.
that it?
Long ago, he did The Sixth Sense. The Sixth Sense. Not a good title for a movie. It's hard to say. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense. You shouldn't. It's too many S's.
Sixth
Sense. It could be sick sense. Did you ever listen to Mark Maron? I always say his name wrong.
Mark Maron. Yeah.
Mark Maron. You must know. I mean, I don't know if you know him, but you know his podcast and you know him.
Yeah.
Has he ever been in here, done anything? Because he's is he a
Not
local
that
guy
I'm
or is he an
aware of.
LA guy?
I
I think he's an LA guy.
I think he may have started in New York and then went out there. I'm not sure, but
Well, his long-running 16-year podcast is coming to a close.
I did not know that.
Yep. He's doing his last episode this month. He said he's had enough.
Wow.
16 years. Good for him.
So now the Steve Square Show takes title. Now we jump into the first position, as they call it in the race car world, the pole position,
Go get it.
which, by the way, is very painful.
You think?
The pole position. Yeah.
Fun video game.
That's a fun fact.
Oh, it's a great game.
Pole position?
Yeah,
You've played pole position, but you haven't seen The Godfather.
Look, priorities.
Get out of the studio. You could do the rest of the show from your car. Had enough of you. Haley Joe Osment.
Yeah.
Or is that his? Yeah. So that's not going to work for him. Hey, so speaking of cocaine possession and alcohol drunkenness, you like to imbibe on an alcohol beverage?
I don't.
Okay.
I
Say
hate
yes for the
alcohol.
bit.
Yes, I love alcohol.
And you enjoy cocaine?
A snort here and there, yes.
Thank you. I ask for so little on this show and get nothing. So you enjoy, I know, and if you, a mound of cocaine and a beer or a couple of shots might be a nice evening for you.
An 8-ball and a Heineken.
There you go. If that wasn't enough, you can now add cornhole to that.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you where you can do all this.
What? Say that again?
Cocaine and cornhole.
Cornhole.
Cocaine and cornhole is now across. No, it's the Long Island breweries
Careful.
are giving you. I know. This is what the Gaudis have been found innocent. I'm a big fan of the Gaudis, by the way, in case they're watching.
Yeah. Love the guy.
They're a big fan of the Steve Squared Show.
Yep.
They always comment on my show. Leave our names out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me? I don't want to hear our names. I don't want to know our faces.
Which you've said 50 times already.
I ain't scared. I'm running to my car after this.
You ain't scared?
I ain't scared. The Great South Bay Brewery now offers, besides spirits, they're offering cornhole. So you can go there and play drunken cornhole. Six Harbors Brewing Company in
well,
Huntington.
You're going to have to explain cornhole because in my
Oh, you don't know what
screwed up
cornhole
head,
is?
I have a different thing in mind, so...
Oh my God, he's never heard of cornhole. What did you just land here? For God's sake, you live on Long Island. You never heard of? We are known for our cornhole. It's a game where you throw a beanbag in a hole.
Okay. Can we just
Cornhole.
call that beanbag or something else?
No, it's like pickleball. The name is half the fun.
Okay.
Nobody cares about the actual sport. It's playing it and saying it.
Gotcha.
I play pickleball. I play cornhole. It's all about marketing, Jeff. You should know this. You're not going to sell a game by saying, "Hey, throw a beanbag in a hole." But you say cornhole, and now you got yourself something.
Yeah.
Now Mattel is lining up to put this together. So you can see right here, this girl looks like she's having fun. Right? She's got a good good form. You see that?
Oh, is that what she's doing?
Yeah, she's doing cornhole. And she's and it even says Christine Coladonado of Rockville Center plays cornhole at the Great South Bay Brewery in Bayshore.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe we'll go one night. We'll do a foursome. Me, you, Tony. We'll get
I'm in.
Steve. 2-on-2 cornhole.
I love cornhole.
Tag team cornhole. Have you ever played?
Yeah, of course.
How good are you?
I'm pretty good, actually.
What are you laughing for? Stop laughing. This isn't a serious show. This is not a funny show. This show's never been accused of being funny, so stop it right now. You're going to be the first one to have a laugh on the Steve Squared Show.
Let's move past that.
All right. Jeff doesn't like cornhole. What can I do?
I do not.
It seems like... I don't know if I want to do that. There's this series coming out called Stick It. Stick. Just Stick.
Stick.
It's just Stick with Owen Wilson.
Oh, God, he's still around?
Yeah. So it's called Stick. It's on Apple. It's supposed to be another... they had this so successful with the what's that show that with the soccer one that he's the... Ted Lasso. So now they came up with this kind of sporting... So Stick is supposed to be It's different than anything ever done before. Let me explain why. Because Stick is Owen Wilson plays a washed up, old, scruffy. He used to be a great golfer, but now he's all washed up. But he sees this young buck who's got promising talent, and he mentors him and shows him unorthodox ways to get his talent. And even though the boy is shy, he's not out there, he's unmanageable. He says, you're all washed up. No, I got one thing left in me. Very different plot than has ever been done before.
Yeah. That doesn't sound much like Bagger Vance.
It doesn't sound like Bagger Vance. It doesn't sound like Happy Gilmore, which there's going to be a second one, thank God.
Ugh.
I've been waiting for that. That's happening in July. Which other ones? Wait, I got a few others that this plot has never happened before. Karate Kid.
Always back to Karate Kid.
Gotta be back. Rocky.
Okay.
Rocky, right? He was
Yeah.
an out of washed up boxer, and
Yeah.
or Burgess Meredith, and he mentored him by showing him unorthodox ways. His unorthodox way, he had him running around the streets of Philly chasing a chicken,
Yeah.
not unlike cornhole. That actually turned into cornhole. So Eddie the Eagle. I don't know if you ever saw Eddie the Eagle with Hugh Jackman.
No.
That was with Hugh Jackman and Taron Egerton.
Sounds
Never
like a
heard of it.
classic.
Yeah, it was actually it was pretty good. It was the true story of this kid who wanted to be in the Olympics. It was his dream, but he couldn't do anything. He was very awkward, and so he wanted to. I forget. He was from the UK, and he entered ski jumping. You know, where they go down and the whatever.
Yeah.
So he was mentored by this guy who said, "What are you, crazy? You're gonna kill yourself? You know, go home." And he said, "I'm not going home. I'm gonna do it." And it became it was a true story.
Yeah. Okay.
Eddie the Eagle. So he, was able to represent his country. He didn't win or anything. He was dead last, but it was the idea that he, got into the Olympics.
Yep. Okay.
So, and then there's that chess movie, Searching for Bobby Fischer.
Never heard of it.
Oh my God. You've heard of that, right?
I have.
It's a chess movie, or it's
True
right.
story.
True story. Did you ever hear the game chess?
Of course.
I got nervous. When you said I never heard of it, I didn't know if you meant chess or the movie.
Never heard of the movie.
We're playing chess here, not
That
checkers.
doesn't sound remotely interesting either.
I only said the title.
Exactly.
Title's everything. Dumbbells catches your eye. You don't know what the hell that's about.
Exactly.
That's why it's good. Makes you want to turn on and listen. And I say that every time I pitch it to producers, and they go, "No, we're gonna do we're gonna go somewhere different. We want an old, washed-up guy that mentors a young guy that plays golf. Do you have anything like that for us? That's what we're looking for. Maybe somebody that does karate. He's washed up. Maybe a boxer. So you don't have anything like that for us?
No, sorry.
Maybe we'll combine Rocky and the Karate Kid. We'll call it the Karaki Kid." You don't have anything like that for us?
No.
Nah, I got dumbbells. That's all I got. All right, get out. Just, you could leave it on the desk. We'll look at it later. The Karaki Kid, Part 2.
I'm gonna get you off this Karate Kid thing.
No, you won't.
I really am.
Aye. Aye. Maybe that's how I'll end the show. Aye. Like that with a little bow. This is where I take a break at 7 o'clock. You can
I don't
talk.
know how these guys put up with you.
I do a meditation break from 7:04 to 7:06, so you can talk if you want. This is where I try to digest what I've done for a half hour. You know what I'm doing right now? Thinking where I'm going to go after this to get my dinner.
Karate Kid and cornholes. That's what we got for you today, folks.
I got more. Let's see what I'll give you. They're returning King of the Hill. You know that show, King of the Hill?
I heard, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming back in August. Let me tell you what the problem is with Jeopardy. Do you like Jeopardy? Are you
Sure.
Yeah. Family Feud does so well. My mom's huge Family Feud. Everybody
It's
loves
still around?
Family Feud with
Really?
Oh my Jeff, where are you living?
Family Feud is still on the air?
You know who the host is?
No.
Steve Harvey.
Oh, God, why?
I don't know. He's very popular with it. He's very, he's fun. He's kind of likable, I guess.
I thought it's been off the air for decades.
What, since Richard Dawson?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Really?
God, wow. Well, that's what happens when you sell your TV in 1981 and you haven't watched anything other than Harry Potter or the NHL playoffs. Jeff's a big hockey fan.
Nice.
Tell them which hockey team you like. Let's see.
The Stars.
Do that math.
I've been a Dallas Stars fan since they were the Minnesota North Stars.
Are you from there?
No.
I never understood that when people pick obscure teams
yeah,
that they're
I
from. You know what I'm saying? Like when
Yes.
people like live here and they're like, oh, I'm a big, Colorado Rocky fan. I just love them. I get like,
I started out as an Islander fan at
Okay.
an early age. I lost interest in hockey. And when I finally got back into it, I was like, who? North Stars. Who are they?
I think I'm getting a rash from
And
this
that was it.
headband. The headband's giving me a rash on my forehead.
That's the Miyagi coming into you.
Oh, okay. Then I'll leave it on.
You're good.
Okay. I'll tell them that when I go into urgent care tonight. Why is there a cobra snake embedded in your forehead? We don't know. Maggie, what are we going to do here? This guy's got a snake embossed in his forehead.
Yeah.
Give him 2 Tylenol. That's what they do at urgent care.
For $300 a pill.
Give you 2 Tylenol. Now, you got to be careful. Because if it was back in 82, you wouldn't be asking for Tylenol. I just watched the Tylenol murders on Netflix.
Oh, God, remember that?
Yeah. You remember that? When they laced the Tylenol with cyanide and nobody
Yeah.
was taking Tylenol? And yet it comes back. They never hurt their brand.
Yeah, somehow it came back.
They all come back. Nobody cares. Right?
Yeah.
Taco Bell had that, what did they have? Remember, it was an asbestos or E. coli or
The
something?
Tainted lettuce or
tainted
something.
tacos, which never hurt them, and they actually serve that now on Tuesday nights.
They're
Tainted
still around.
tacos for $5.
Yeah, they're still
Get your
around.
tainted tacos.
It's cheap.
Cheap and delicious.
Yeah.
Just like the women I date.
What street corner do you hang around on?
I don't want to look at the camera now. It's a new dating site I'm working on. It's a new dating app. Cheap and delicious. 7:08, 70 degrees in the studio presently.
Get it over yet?
It's not 7:30 yet.
You have plenty of time to continue embarrassing yourself.
I did. Boy, I hope the signal got disconnected on my family watching.
Oh my God!
Hey, looks like the chief mascot's making its headway. They're still really Massapequa's still really hanging tough.
Are they?
Oh, sure. They're one of 2 Long Island schools that are they're taking this right to the Supreme Court.
You know what? They should.
Chiefs. Massapequa Chiefs and the Wanto Warriors.
Yeah.
And I think they're hanging in there. What I was saying with Jeopardy was Ken Jennings. I don't like him as a host.
No, he's boring.
Yeah, that's what I mean. My point was getting to that. Get somebody, right? I feel like and they got him. He was the guest, right? Or he won all the money.
He won.
Yeah, he
was
won
good.
a lot.
So then they made him the host. Doesn't make you a good host.
They should have kept Mayim Bialik. I liked her.
She was very good.
She did pretty good.
I like her. And she's funny. Plus, she's smart.
Yeah.
She's a doctor.
She's crazy smart. That
She's a
woman. My God.
some kind of like scientist, like a brain scientist or something.
Yeah.
She's like a neuroscientist. Mm-hmm. Yep.
But yeah, I haven't watched Jeopardy since.
No, I don't watch
I watched Ken Jennings once.
Yeah,
I just couldn't get into it anymore.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they really stuck with
Yeah,
that.
that show was Alex Trebek. That was it.
Well, that's I mean, it's
I can't watch Wheel of Fortune without Pat Sajak.
So who's doing it now?
Ryan Seacrest.
Ah,
I can't do it.
yeah, I'm not loving that. Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out in theaters. Actually, no, it's in Netflix. It's a Netflix.
Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the first one in years.
Yeah.
I was never a big Sandler movie fan for some reason.
Some of them are okay. Mr. Deeds, Happy Gilmore. When he acts incredibly dumb, I don't like that.
Yeah. What was the one where he had the kid?
Big Daddy,
Big Daddy. That was pretty good.
which is another. They used to call me that in high school. Big Daddy.
Maybe we want to avoid that.
I'll edit all this later. I'll edit the whole show later. Don't worry about it. Once Tony sends it to me, I cut out about 3/4 of the show. This movie, Murder, She Said, it was an Agatha Christie book, and they made it into a movie, Murder, She Said. I watched a couple of minutes of it. It's a 1961 black and white, but very good. Because my mom likes a lot of these crime dramas. She watches Endless Dateline. She likes those kind of Columbos, anything You know, like
love some
that
Columbo.
along those Angela. You know, she's not Angela Lansbury, but that kind of stuff. And it looked good. And then, so I think I want to check this out. Murder, She Said.
Is this different than Murder, She Wrote?
Well,
What's
Murder,
the
She
big
Wrote was a
difference?
series with Angela Lansbury, right?
Yeah.
This is and this is way before that. This is in 1961.
Oh.
Played by this wonderful English actress. Her last name is Rutherford. I don't know her first name, but
That name sounds familiar.
yeah, she was very famous back in that time, and she was very good in this. And I only saw a few minutes. I'd like to watch that.
So Murder, She Wrote's the ripoff.
Murder, She total ripoff.
Okay.
Total ripoff. Total ripoff. Let me see here. I had some. Oh, let me tell this story. This was a new segment I was thinking of. I found this guy, and I'll tell you after I do the story. So you'll have to sit back for a moment while I read this story. Let me see where I start.
Oops.
Hold on. Just give me a moment to find the story.
Preparation, Steve.
What'd you say? Preparation? That was another thing. After the Tylenol scare, there was the Preparation H scare. They laced the Preparation H with... People couldn't... They thought it would cure it, but it actually inflamed the H.
Oh my God.
It was called Preparation H2O.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm telling you, you better get me on that stage, or I'm going to make you listen to me. Get me up there, Tony.
Where is Steve?
Preparation H2O.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
That's also coming to Netflix this week.
Too much.
Preparation H. For the itch that ails you.
Yes.
I could have did that commercial.
Great.
Oh, so let me do this little quick story. I got to find it first. There it is. Okay. So I'll tell you speaking of podcasts, I came upon this guy, and I'll tell you, it's amazing stories that he does. He does these really incredibly crazy stories that end, and the ending blows you away. They might be survival stories. They might be whatever they are. They're incredible. And this guy was he tried different TikTok videos, podcasts. He was just a husband, had kids, and he was just trying to do that social media thing, and it never panned out for him. And he goes, I like to tell stories. So he said, I did a short video, a minute and a half, 90 seconds, where I told this story that I thought was really interesting. He goes, I'm on vacation with my family. I'm at the pool. I come back to check my phone. I had 3 million views. He goes, I couldn't even open my phone. And then it started this thing that he tells stories, and they're really fascinating, and they're fast. Maybe the whole story takes 2 minutes, but they're incredible. So I got one that I think you guys will enjoy, and maybe you'll enjoy at home. Okay, here we go. So this 18-year-old boy, 18-year-old young man, whose nickname was Samson. Okay, he's a high school dropout. Was drafted for the Korean War. Okay, but he didn't serve over in Korea. He actually was stationed at some fort in the South to be a lifeguard. He was a good swimmer, and he was stationed to be a lifeguard. So, pretty good deal. He got to be like during the war. He didn't have to go serve in Korea. Yeah. So he gets a weekend off, and he wants to go see his family and girlfriend in Seattle. But he has to take a military plane. You got to fly military with your, so he flies there, and now he has to be back at work on Monday morning, and he gets to the Seattle airport to come home, and there is no flights going there, and there's only one military flight. It's this old World War II dive bomber that can only seat the pilot. That's it. It's carrying cargo. And he begs the guy, and the pilot's like, there's nowhere for you to sit. There's not even a seat. And so this guy, Samson, says, I'll what about in the radio compartment? I'll just cram myself in there and tuck myself underneath for the radio control compartment. He goes, you'll get killed in there. What are you, crazy? It's underneath the plane. Like, you can't do that. He goes, he begged. He goes, I'll be AWOL. I'll be in a lot of trouble. He says, all right, go ahead. He goes, we'll do it. So as they take off, right after he gets in, he cramps himself. The pilot locks him, shuts the door, gets in, takes off. And now as they take off, the door opens up, of course. Yeah. It flies open. Now, as they get to the altitude they're going to fly to, he's losing consciousness. He can't sustain. He doesn't have any oxygen.
Yeah.
So he tries to literally hanging out of the plane to try to close the door. He's like wraps his feet around something. He's hanging out like a gazelle, and he's trying to, but the wind is too forceful. He can't close this trap door. So he goes back in the plane, and he just tries to cramp as tight as he can into the corner. While this is all going on, the pilot notices they never took enough fuel for this journey.
Oh.
So now he's radioing to see where there's a nearest airport that they can land this plane. The radios go dead. He's got no talk control with anybody. So they're plummeting towards the Pacific Ocean. Now, from that height, Samson loses consciousness. He's passed out. But as they dive bomb towards the Pacific, they're now going at lower altitude. He comes back to because of the altitude changes. He gets some oxygen, comes to, sees that the Pacific Ocean, they're hitting the water. They hit the water, crash. Oh. He survives somehow. He's in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It's nighttime, foggy, because they're off the California coast, that coastline.
Yep.
And it's like San Francisco, cold waters, shark-infested waters. He sees the pilot, and the both of them find each other in this choppy water. They pull out some rafts, and they're in these life rafts. They're each one have one. And they're trying to, they don't know which way to go. They can't see in front of them. The water's so choppy, he gets thrown out of his raft. And then the raft is gone. He can't find it. So now he's swimming in the blackness of night, choppy, freezing cold water.
Yeah.
Exhausted. He's swimming for an hour. He doesn't know if he's, there's sharks everywhere. He can't see. This is it. You're done. You. So after he's just about to give up, he sees a light, and he swims towards the light. It's a shoreline. It's a beachhead, kind of like a lighthouse. And he drags himself onto the beach, near collapse. It's one of those radio station things. He bounds on the door, and somebody was in there. They grab him. They call the Coast Guard, and he gets medical attention, and they save his life. And the pilot he reunited, who was also there.
Wow.
And he finished his service in the military, 2 more years as a lifeguard. And he went on to become a producer and an Academy Award-winning actor and director. Can you name who this person was?
Wow, that's a hell of a story. What's the time? How long ago was this?
Well, it was the Korean War when he was
Korean War.
18, 19. Now, can you name who this then became Academy Award-winning producer, director, and actor?
Francis Ford Coppola.
No. Good guess. I feel like Tony's going to get it.
Clint Eastwood.
You got it. Wow.
Clint Eastwood, nice.
Now, why did you get that?
You really want to know?
Yes.
Because in your picture today to promote the show, you had a picture of Clint Eastwood.
There you go.
That's the only reason I had
There
no other.
you go. You see, somebody looks at my post.
Wow.
The one I didn't want to look. But there you go.
Clint Eastwood.
Some Clint Eastwood trivia.
Give it to me.
Who was originally offered the Dirty Harry, the role of Dirty Harry?
Oh, boy.
Before Clint. Actually, a lot of people were offered this
Yeah.
role before Clint Eastwood, but who was the very first one?
Boy, now Dirty Harry was 70s, 74-ish?
Early 70s.
Early 70s,
yeah.
right?
I mean, there's a few of them, but yeah, I
Right,
believe
no,
it
the
started
original.
in the early
Yeah,
70s.
the original.
Yeah.
Who was Dirty Harry? I think I should know this because
You were not going to get this.
I wouldn't get this. It wasn't Gene Hackman.
No. I mean, again, I'm asking for the very first person it was offered
Yeah.
to, but it was also offered to John Wayne, Burt Lancaster.
John Wayne would have been too old, no?
Yeah, probably.
He would have been horrible.
It would have been too old anyway.
I love Dirty Harry. He would have been horrible.
Yeah.
That was not
Who
for
else
him.
did you say?
Burt Lancaster was offered to.
Really?
There's a whole bunch of people it was offered to before Clint Eastwood. But the
Oh.
very first person it was offered to.
I have not, even if maybe a hint. I don't know. Do you have any hint you could give? I couldn't even say. I don't even have a guess.
Good hint.
Other than Gene Hackman would be the only kind of tough guy-ish.
The only hint, I'll give you a hint, but it'll probably give it away if I say something about blue eyes.
Oh,
Sinatra?
no. Oh, I was.
Stop it.
It was originally
gonna
off
say
the Frank
Paul
Sinatra.
Newman.
Frank Sinatra, Old Blue Eyes.
Can you imagine Sinatra as Dirty Harry?
Right.
Oh, my God.
And now I'll go one step further.
Wow.
You think John Wayne would have been too old for Dirty Harry? And I swear this is true. Later, so in the early 70s, Sinatra made a movie called The Detective.
Okay.
So years later, they wanted to make a sequel. And they offered it to him. He turned it down. But they made the movie anyway, but just not as a sequel to The Detective. They just made it its own movie. They changed some of the characters. Die Hard.
Oh wow! Yeah,
Die Hard was actually offered to Frank Sinatra, and he was already in his 70s.
That's
Can
ridiculous.
Can you imagine that?
Oh my God!
True story.
That's crazy. How could they do that? And he must have been too old for Dirty Harry. How old was Sinatra in the early 70s?
50s somewhere. Yeah,
Maybe
probably.
even a little older than that. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know because Clint was if Clint was, so they're saying in this 53-ish Clint just turned 95 May
Right.
31st. That's why I did it,
Okay.
because I did a Clint story because he
Yeah.
just turned 95. So if he's 18 and 53, he's about 18 and 53-ish.
Well, right. You figure 50 years ago
Well, okay.
was 75, and so he would have been 40, 45. So, around 40 when he started playing Dirty Harry.
Yeah, which
Wow.
is that's probably the better age. You start getting guys in their 60s, and especially then, people look better now in their 50s and
Yeah.
60s. Back then, especially a Sinatra had a rough life, So
I just watched the first two Dirty Harrys the other day.
did you?
I love those movies.
I like the first one. I wasn't, after that. I'm about the first one, but that was a pretty crazy story.
That is.
He should have died nine times in that story.
That is a wild story.
So this guy, now I have to give you this person's name. You think I would have written it down, but I didn't.
Yeah, I want to hear more.
Yeah, these are the kind of stories he tells, and he does it in a wonderful way, much better than I can. And I want to give him his proper credit. A, so I don't get sued, but B, I think you would enjoy it. You know me. You know me. Let me see.
July 9th, 2001.
Yes, so
a 13-year-old
this is the guy. So his name is it's under Mr. Ballin.
Detective Lloyd took one
Mr. What?
Mr. Ballin.
Ballin.
Ballin. So it's Mr. M-R and then B-A-L-L-E-N. B-A-L-L-E-N. Mr. Ballin.
And
so if you see, that's
What
his.
what is this on Facebook? What is it on?
Yeah, like it's on Facebook, but he has it on Instagram and all these TikTok. Yeah, these
Ballin.
Mr. Ballin.
I gotta
He's got
check that out.
4.74 million followers, and because his stories are unbelievable, they're like these crazy, and then it ends with the punchline. This is what it happened. This is how, but they're very good.
Yeah, I gotta check that out later.
Yeah, I really enjoy. I listen to them when I'm driving now, which is much better than what I did previously, which was take a nap while I drove. Now I have something to keep me awake. Thank God. Thank God. He saved my life.
Sinatra is Dirty Harry.
I know. I couldn't see that, right?
I can't imagine him repeating half of that dialogue.
Let me see what else I got for you. Oh, here. Well, you like the Wick spin-off Ballerina?
It was entertaining. It wasn't anywhere as good as any of the John Wick films, but it was entertaining.
A trained assassin seeks revenge for her father's death. That's original.
Yeah, I know.
Stop it. It isn't. It's again.
A totally unoriginal plot.
Again, she's someone seeking revenge. Everybody's seeking revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go.
Well, what do you want?
I want people to let it go. Stop seeking revenge. Stop making movies about anger. Stop revenging your ancestors' father's death. They're gone. I don't care how many people you shoot and kill and what knife techniques you learn. You're not bringing them back.
Yeah.
But somehow they're always able to revenge the father's death, or whoever died, and never themselves get in trouble. How does that work out? They usually murder and kill thousands of people in their wrath.
Yeah. It fits very well into the Wick universe.
Wick you. Good. We got 10, these are the 10 film quotes of all times. They've come out with the top 10 film quote lines of all time.
Okay.
This is all time. Give me number one. I think we did this, but I have the list.
Yippee-ki-yay.
No.
You know what?
You're wrong. Number one.
frankly.
Oh no, let me go down. Let me go number 10 first.
Okay,
let me
yeah.
bring it down, like the top 10.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 10, You Talking to Me?
You talking to me?
You talking to me?
Mm-hmm.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
It's comical with the hair standing up.
Oh, is my hair standing up? Oh, look at that. I need a haircut. Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride. That's usually what I say when anybody drives with me in the car.
I don't remember what that's from.
That's All About Eve, the great Betty Davis, 1950.
Never saw it.
Of course not. All right, Mr. DeVille, I'm ready for my close-up. Sunset Boulevard. Just won a Tony.
Never saw it.
Oh, speaking of Clint, go ahead.
Make my day.
Make my
Good
day.
old Dirty Harry.
Sudden Impact.
Mm-hmm.
Which is also a dating app I'm trying out. What do you think?
Yeah, you might want to avoid that one.
It doesn't have any legs right there? Sudden Impact?
Oh, sure. It doesn't have any legs.
All right.
Nice.
Number 5. Here's looking at you, kid. Which P. Diddy said at his trial. That's what P. Diddy said at the trial. Here's looking at you, kid. He threw right before they threw him out the a 12-story window. No, it was actually before P. Diddy said it. P. Diddy. It was said by. So who's going to play P. Diddy in the movie?
I couldn't care less.
Kenan Thompson. Kenan Thompson. Here's looking at you, kid. Casablanca.
Yeah.
Humphrey.
Also in The Goodbye Girl.
Number 40. You're right. Toto. I've got it's actually Toto. I've got a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. That's The Wizard of Oz, if you didn't know. 1939.
It shouldn't be in the top 10. It's ridiculous.
You don't understand. I could have had a class. I could have been a contender. I could have been a contender. On the waterfront. Marlon Brando. I could have been a contender. And of course, following it right up, I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. And you wouldn't know this because it's The Godfather.
I know the lines.
Frankly, my dear, and number 1. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Gone with the Wind. Also, 1939. What a year for movies. Wizard of Oz, Gone with the Wind. Now they have Stick and Lilo and Stitch 9. These are the movies they come out with now.
I'm making my own top 10 next time
Do it.
of real movie quotes, not this.
These are real
overused-
movie quotes. I got just enough time to read you this. Oh, back in 2005, I got the retro paper I get from Newsday. This year they picked 2005. I guess 20 years. That's why they did it. The new show. It says new ABC show tops the lineup. Dancing with the Stars.
Oh my God.
Right?
That's been on since 2005.
Yeah. And look, they just came out with the beefless burger. You know, like when they were trying veggie burgers or things like that.
Like Gardein.
So this was a big thing back in 2005.
Wow.
The beefless burger.
Look at that.
The beefless burger. So I did P. Diddy. I did all of that.
A lot of people did P. Diddy.
That's true. You see? I'm not the only one. A lot of people. I could have been a contender. They shot that while he was in the bathroom. I could have been a contender.
Yep. That's how it's out.
That's his acting method. They're like, what did you use? Meisner? What? I had a stomach cramps. I had to go to the bathroom. I didn't have my preparation H.
Hello, IBS.
When you're going to study for a test, make sure you use the preparation H SAT method. Steve's missing a lot this week. He's going to hear it from me. There's one. Oh, here it is. This is what I want to finish with. Oh, do I have a minute, Tony?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. So it says, Dear Eric, I am planning a getaway with my best friend from grade school. Right away, that strikes me weird. I don't have any friends. Do you have any friends from grade school?
A couple.
That's weird. Tony?
Yes.
Okay. I find it weird.
Lonely guy, Steve.
Well, I don't have any friends from first grade. I don't keep in touch with my kindergarten mates that I finger painted with. Maybe I
not?
should have.
You probably should have.
I'll give them a call.
You wouldn't be so angry
I'll
today.
give them a call. I'll look them up on Facebook.
That's why you're so angry.
That is. It says, I am planning a getaway with my best friend from grade school. We want to celebrate each of us turning 60, which is not a celebration. Anyway, this year by going to the Caribbean destination for a few days. My husband is not a beach person. Right away here, she's bashing her husband. So he's glad to be off the hook for this vacation. He is supportive of the trip, but not the destination. He knows it's going to be 60-year-old girls gone wild right here. Caribbean, You're not wearing a lot of clothes. Go to Alaska. I'm fine.
Yep.
So he's right away not intrigued with this. And this is compounded by the fact he does not know my grade school friend. He said he would feel better if we were staying in the States. I respect and appreciate my husband's concerns, but it is tempering my excitement. My friend and I are not reckless, and we would never do anything to compromise our safety. I've read up on all our destination and my resources, and it seems safe to travel there. But one should take the usual precautions. And it says here, how can I move forward? So Dear Eric says his dribble, yes, you should go and talk about it out. My suggestion would be, if I was the husband, you go. But when you and your friend are sold for sex trafficking to a third world European country somewhere in Austria, I'm not going taken on you. You're not calling. I'm not Liam Neeson. And you guys, I'm not finding your ass. I'm not going to do a Liam Neeson and get a plane and go off and start murdering some, Polish, Afghanistani, Russian people. You're gone. And I'll enjoy my life in the States. You go. Go. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Do it.
Don't call me.
Don't call me.
That's right.
That's what I would say. And that's a good ending to the show. That's my moral to the show. I like to teach on this show. I'm a teacher, a scholar, if you will.
Yes, you are.
I'd like to think so. So here's my advice. Let me look right at you, ladies and gentlemen, while that camera falls. Don't call me. It's been said to me many a times on auditions. Don't call us.
Didn't your producer say that to you recently?
They all say that to me. Everybody says that. That's why I don't keep in touch with kindergarten friends. They say, don't call me. They said it in first grade all the way through ninth. So I got the hint by 11th grade. Don't call them. Don't call us. Anyway, Jeff, thanks for joining us. I would thank Steve, but I don't know. God only knows where he is. And Tony comes right in time. Perfect.
Sorry.
We're just signing off. Thank you, Tony. We'll see you next week on the Steve Screggio 6:30. And, and in 2 weeks, when we're hopefully back in the studio, I do have some guests planned.
Okay.
I'll let you know as we get closer.
Cool.
And so have a wonderful week. Enjoy. And thanks for tuning in.